So today we're going to sort of try to finish off a definition that we started actually back in like week 1, end of week 1, beginning of week 2, all right, which is the sun path around the sun with the angle of declination. In order to finish it off, we need to create in Grasshopper the lines of latitude and longitude, okay, for the Earth sphere. Now, you guys have already done that manually, okay? So you guys did that manually, and sort of the way that you did it, I'll go ahead and draw sort of an object of it. So let me draw a curve, arc, okay, so it all starts with that arc. Okay? So what I want you guys to do, and it's, trust me, this is not an easy task. At least it was not for me as I slogged my way through it in Grasshopper. What I want to do is I want you guys in Grasshopper to create that arc right there. Now what I want you to notice is that it's created in this the XZ plane. Okay? So just to save you a little bit of time, right? The arc tool is located right there. It looks like that. So what I want you guys to do right now, and I'm going to pause my video, right, is I want you guys to take a look at the arc component, investigate the pieces that are in it, and then try to draw the arc. Okay? So I'll pause the video and let you guys try that. So guys, so some of you guys are heading in the right direction. Some of you guys are kind of going off on tangents. So if you guys could please turn your monitors off and just pay attention, we'll take a look at what we've got to do. Okay. So what are the inputs? Did you guys evaluate those before you started doing stuff? So the first thing, let's take a look at these inputs. Starting at the bottom, the angle. Now, do you guys notice something? It's in radians, right? And notice that it's starting at 0 and going to pi. Okay? So the next thing is the radius. And so if we just drop in a number slider, I'm going to say 1 less than 15, right? And I plug that sucker in there and I move this over, we'll see what we end up. Some of you have already found that. So many of you, I looked and you were able to do that. Okay? But now, the next question is it in the right direction? It's not, right? So what's this last piece up here? So which plane am I currently working in? XY. What plane do I want to work in? Okay, so then basically you drop an XZ plane in. And feed that into the plane, and it will rotate up for you. Okay? So now it's in the right orientation in the plane perspective, but we still have a problem with the start point and end point of the lines, don't we? Okay, so what I want to show you guys is, I believe it's under vector. Let me see where it's at. It's called rotate plane. I think it's that one right there. Nope, that's not it. I'm having a heck of a time finding things today. Plane rotate, right there. All right, so if I hold down Control Alt and click, you'll notice that it is under vector under the plane tab. And that's going to allow me to rotate the plane before it feeds into here. So what I've got to do is I've got to slip this thing in between those two. Okay? So instead of feeding that down to there, I'll disconnect it, or I'll feed it into here first. then disconnect it from here. All right, and this is going to allow me to take the plane and rotate it into the position that I want. So right now, notice that the angle is an empty plane parameter. And angles typically in Grasshopper are going to be in radians. So my assumption is that the assumption I would make, I don't know how you guys would think about it, is that I'm going to have to convert the angle from radians to degrees or degrees to radians. I know I want it to rotate what direction? So let's just feed it in here right now. So what direction do I need it to rotate? It's a tiny little plane right down inside of there. What direction is that I want it to rotate? So it's going to rotate around this way. Is it going to go this direction or is it going to go this direction? So what is that, a positive or negative direction? Counterclockwise is positive? It's negative. And how much do I need to rotate it?
We're trying to go half, so
okay, guys, what I'm trying to draw is this. Right now, it's down on the ground right there. I already found out that if I take this plane and I connect it here, that it rotates it up. But it's got to line up with this. So which direction do I have to rotate it? Well, I have to rotate it on the Y, but all I want to do is rotate the plane. So 90 degrees. So I got a 90. Anybody else? Any other takers? Okay, let's try 90, okay? So I'm going to put a number in here, and I'm going to drop a panel. So somebody said 90, right? So here's a panel, and I'm going to type in 90. Don't hit enter, just click outside. All right, so there's the panel with 90, okay? Now I got a question. Can I feed that into here?
no.
Well, let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Click. Oh, it did something frickin' funky. I don't know what that is. Right? See it? Does that look right? It doesn't look right, does it? Okay, so what's the problem? Oh, okay, so we got to convert to radians, right? So let's try radians. So we'll take the 90 degrees, feed it into the degree side of here, and then disconnect that back up. And reconnect this. Now let's see what happens. Does that look like it rotated the right way? All right, so now we'll take this and feed it down into that plane. And actually, it's wrong, right? Which direction do we want it to rotate? Negative 90. There you go. All right, double click, put in a negative, click OK. Ah, there it is. So now I've got what I'm looking for, right? Which is the prime meridian with the north and south poles going straight up and down. Correct? All right, very good. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger than my number slider. I'm going to try and take it up to, I don't know, I'm going to go up to 100. Okay, so there, now I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and erase this one. That's the one that was drawn in Rhino because we don't want that in there. All right, so I'm going to pause this and let you guys kind of catch up on that. Make sure that you guys are understanding why you made those decisions. Zoom. Okay, so the next step is going to be to draw a line from either the top or the bottom of the prime meridian to the other end. Okay, so I asked how will we do that, and so somebody said line. All right, well let's try line. We'll drop a line in. Line. Oops, wrong kind of line. That's not the one we want. Try it again. Line. We want that one. Oh, okay, so this line wants a start point and an end point. All right, so now we've got to figure out how do we find the start and end points of that arc, right? Because we want to draw a line from one to the other. So go for it. You guys do that. I'm going to stop this video, and then we'll continue on in the next chapter.